So I think that's a deep, as far as we go down into serious crypto. I put these slides in here because if there's anyone out there, I always get the question, okay, so I've got this whole digital wallet on my phone, it's got all this super important information on it. What happens if I lose my phone, right? What happens if it's, or it gets compromised or hacked, or my kids take it over, right? Critically important, of course, if your digital life is going to be captured there. So I'm not going to go deep into DKMS, but I am going to just answer that question right up front. Again, this is an open standard that's emerging. The research on this was actually paid for a research grant from a U.S. government agency, and I was the lead for the team. I'm not the cryptographer, but I led the team of folks to come in and say, how are we actually going to make this work? I keep this very handy because that is the short URL. You can also, if you just Google Hyperledger Indy DKMS, you'll get right to that document. It's a 65-page document that explains the whole architecture and goes super deep, have lots of other references. But here's the essence of how you're actually going to recover your wallet if you have a problem, okay? There are two basic options. They're known in the industry as offline recovery or a paper wallet, and social recovery that uses a trustee. The first one is well known, it's been out there for a long time. Both of them depend on the same thing, which is, this is an iPhone. I turned on the option that it's automatically backed up to the iCloud, okay? I'm not gonna do the question right now of how many people also have the same thing, because a lot of you may not even know that, right? My wife once lost her phone and was absolutely, fit to be tied. And she called me, from a friend's phone and just said, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I said, we'll get a new phone if we have to. And she's like, well, what about all the stuff that's on it? I was like, it's been backed up to the cloud the whole time. So it's not a bad idea. Part of DKMS is basically going to say, if you want to do a DKMS wallet, you need to build into the wallet the option, not the requirement, but the option that it's automatically backed up to the cloud, an encrypted version of it. Right? You don't want the keys out there anyplace else, and it might even be split up among multiple locations. How do you get it back? You need a recovery key. You need a special key. You need to pull the wallet back down into a new device, and you need a recovery key to unlock it. So there are two ways to, I want to show you this. Again, for the technical folks, think these agents that are helping you communicate all this stuff, they're either out at the edge on your device or they're what are called cloud agents. And this is where that backup copy would be stored. So as you're forming relationships and doing things up there, it's keeping it backed up there. And then if you lose the device, you need one of these two options, okay? Offline recovery says, okay, what you do when you set up your wallet, you print out a QR code or you save it on cold storage. Every one of you that's using a crypto wallet of some kind for cryptocurrency, you're doing the same thing. Or you're really living, on the edge. Yes. Now, with DKMS, with self-sovereign identity infrastructure, a whole second option is there. And we spent a bunch of time researching, and then we built this and we demonstrated it to the US government agency that we're doing this work for. And with social recovery, you don't need to store a QR code or maybe lose it, or put it on cold storage or maybe lose that. What happens is your device, through your cloud agents, actually takes that recovery key and splits it into different pieces and shares it with your trusted contacts. You pick those contacts, you can pick the number, and then the number you need to recover from. It's called M of N, right? You could say, all right, I'm going to give it to 2 people, and I just need 1 of them to give it back. Or I'm going to give it to 10 people, and I need 7 of them to give it back. And I say people, these can be organizations as well. We have banks, and in the US, what we call credit unions, that are saying, hey, wait a minute, we want to start offering that service to our customers. We store their money. Why don't we help them store the backup for their wallet? So lots of different options with this social recovery. I think you can see how with self-sovereign identity, with smart wallets and agents, this is now something what It literally should take you a couple minutes to set up, and you'll never have to worry about it. And if you lose your phone, there's a safe way to recover, and you're not putting your keys at risk.